this guy. Literally, I'm like, this is the guy. And it brings me back to what you said about, not learning how to date. I was in that place. And so what ended up happening was we talked every day, multiple times a day, long periods of time. So 2 weeks into me communicating with this person, there was a clear emotional attachment that happened. And so, again, remember, this is my first experience after Christ. So I'm not understanding what's happening in this space, right? I didn't have the wisdom to know that, hey, this is an emotional attachment. Long story short, this wasn't my person, but there was purpose in me meeting him and having this experience because I gained wisdom from it. The reality is that a lot of us will be in these, talking phases with people, getting to know them, and we're creating emotional attachments because we don't have the wisdom or the boundaries in place to navigate that space. So that really, I remember this literally, I felt like it was destroying me in the moment. I remember being on my bedroom floor, just crying and praying to God, like, why is this happening to me? I remember distinctly saying to God, I might as well have slept with him because the emotional attachment hurt worse than actually engaging in intercourse. Literally, this is what I said to God. And so we began to dialogue about it. And he began to use that space to heal me from that. Because obviously, this was a pattern in me as it related to relationships. And this is part of the reason why I would go from relationship to relationship. And these weren't good people. I was doing the same thing after Christ that I was doing before Christ, and it was ineffective. It always was, but God needed me to see that was ineffective. And so to me, what felt like rock bottom. And I'm like, God, okay, what are we doing here? What do you want me to do? Show me what is happening, what's in me. And literally, he began to reveal me to me. And the offense that wanted to rise up in that space, because it was just like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Because I remember God really revealing to me that I can't give you my son now because there is adultery on your heart. You are idolizing marriage. It will destroy you. He cared about me so much that he told me what I didn't want to hear but needed to hear and gave me space to correct. So in that place, I literally began to heal, correct my vision, make sure it was aligned with Christ, obviously repented, and begin to focus on God, not on marriage, not on, okay, I'm ready for this. I've been saved 2 years. What's going on? My focus literally had to shift, right? And that's not fun. Being single when you're a girly that's used to being in some sort of relationship. And I'm like, God, I've been okay for 2 years in my singleness. Why did this have to happen? It had to happen so I could see me. And so that takes me to us within our singleness, taking that time to heal. There is so much God began to reveal about me that I would not have been able to stomach 2 years prior. Revealed to me, daddy issues, insecurities. And God was literally saying to me, I don't want you bleeding on my son. I don't want you bleeding on my son. And I want you in just the optimal health, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of those things. And I'm like, okay, God. So when I shifted my mindset as it relates to that, and Holy Spirit really began to deal with me, I was able to really pursue wholeness in a way where my gaze did not shift from God. And you know what happened? The people, the men who used to try to pursue me did not, because they saw a light on me where they knew, you know what, I'm not even about to waste my time. I'm not even about to waste my time. And so sometimes I was saying like, dang, nobody? But God was prepping me. There is such a light. And a man had randomly said that to me, like, it wasn't that he said I'm not good enough to pursue, but he knew like I'm not even, we're not equally yoked essentially. So I'm not even going to waste your time because there is something about you, right? And so we have to understand the absence of people trying to talk to you is not anything wrong with you. So he really was cultivating me to just stay in my lane, grow and develop here into who he has called me to be, the wife he has called me to be. More importantly, in my single season, the individual he has called me to be. And the lessons that came out of that have been beautiful, hard, but beautiful. So, yes.
Good. You didn't gave a whole sermon. Listen, my goodness, like you are epitome of what I be trying to tell the single women out here. Like, just I should just put you in a box and then let you go. Like, so it's amazing. No, your story is something that we all need to hear because I don't think we hear it enough about what healing looks like. It's always said you got to go heal. You need to go do that. But what does that look like? Do you have an offense that you have? Do you have you have unforgiveness issues? Do you have daddy issues, mommy issues? There's mother wounds, out there. Do you have like all those things? Like, and if you don't know, go seek therapy to find out what may be in there.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Listen, we are just here to say thank you for watching and listening from the bottom of our hearts. Your support means the world.
And we can't do this without you.
So, the algorithm don't algorithm if you don't like, subscribe, and share. So please go ahead and do so at this time.